What's going on, Astrovillians? This is the Sunday special. Actually, not really. This was a few weeks ago. We recorded live a stream, a regular Astroville stream on a Tuesday night, and it was about guns. And unfortunately, YouTube is a little bit weird about guns. They have this one particular rule, right? The rule is that while you're live streaming, you can't handle firearms. So you can't touch them with your hands. You can't manipulate them. Like if I had one of those little, extender things that you grab stuff with and I grabbed it to try and, that wouldn't do it either, because handling period is off limits when you're live. So I did some research because I really wanted to do a live stream about guns, right? And we wanted to go into gun safety and, just teach a little bit about firearms so people can understand them more. And, I know there's plenty of people out there, especially here in the South, that know firearms, the ins and outs and everything, the, safety and all that. And, but I know there's also a lot of people that don't. And that's why we wanted to just do a session where we were just talking about this, firearms in general, the difference between a shotgun, a rifle, a handgun, and, those are the three main types of firearms that people have. So I did my research. I looked into this because I really didn't want to get the live stream kicked. And unfortunately, it was kicked. And in this research, what I found was that if you pre-recorded something, right, or if you were doing a live stream and you featured a different video, right, let's just say I was doing a live stream and I have this ability to show my screen, right? So let's say on my Chrome, I had YouTube up or some kind of video streaming service, and in the video, it showed somebody handling a firearm. That's not off limits because you're not actually handling a firearm live. So to work our way around this issue, because we really wanted to we wanted to handle firearms, but we knew we couldn't do it live. So what we did was we pre-recorded about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of us right here handling firearms and teaching about them. And, we did an okay job. I think we could have done a little bit better, but it is what it is. It was a last minute thing because, we were planning to handle them live, but we pre-recorded. And so what I did was when we went live, so we pre-recorded, right? I'm wearing a different shirt. And we went, and I think I flipped my hat around backwards. And so there, it's pretty obvious. Plus, I put my phone right here with an app that showed the clock. Okay. So it was mad obvious that we were not handling firearms live, yet we still got kicked. So YouTube, I just don't like YouTube very much. They're censoring me now. Facebook, Facebook has censored me quite a bit. And, I think that's awful. So, hopefully there won't be any issues with this. But what I did was I took the live stream that we did, the live stream that we got kicked, and the video that we were playing during the live stream, and I put it all together so that I could drop it as a Sunday special. So that's what we're about to go into. And I just wanted to say, I think since then, Illinois has banned semi-automatic weapons. And I'm just like, what is going on in this world? And I think a lot of the local sheriffs are not following suit with that, because semi-automatic weapons, I think we explained this later, but basically people get automatic and semi-automatic confused. Automatic means that You pull the trigger, and however many rounds you can fire with the trigger held, whatever's in that magazine for the time that you're holding that trigger, it's going to keep firing. That's illegal. It's not legal to have those. So people want to talk about, we need all these gun laws to ban automatic weapons. They're already illegal, okay? Semi-automatic means that you pull the trigger and it fires once. So, that's like most weapons. That's most weapons. So, we definitely need to make our voices heard, because there's a lot of people, and there's a force out there that wants to take our weapons. And I just want to remind you, Americans, and if there's anyone outside the U.S., I don't know if this applies to you, because I think America is the only country in the world that has freedom of speech and freedom to bear arms. And the Second Amendment is not about hunting. It's not about having the right to have a firearm to hunt. One of the main reasons why the Second Amendment is there is so that the populace would be armed, so that we could defend ourselves against forces that are either foreign, if Russia wanted to come through and, try and take our land, the military would be there, but so would everybody in the South. Everybody would get their arms and they would start fighting. But I think more importantly, it's to protect ourselves against threats that are domestic. And that covers, people that are out there that have ill will and that want to rob you and rape you and things like that. But it's also to protect ourselves against tyranny in the government. And I think that's pretty obvious. I think it's really important that we need to stand our ground and make sure that, these rights are not given by the government. They're given by God and recognized by the government. So I think it's really important that we keep our arms. As a believer, the other day, I was at work and one guy was telling me, why you need guns? If you trust God to protect you, then why you got a gun? Why you carry a gun? And I was like, that's a very great question. And, that's one that I've been wrestling with for a little while. But to me, first off, I really like guns. I like to shoot. It's fun. It's exhilarating. I love to become more proficient. And, I don't want to brag, but I'm a great shot. And that's a skill that I love to use, and I love to get better. This is something that I just, it's a sport. So I like it because I like the sport of it. But more importantly, because I live in a country where the government recognizes my God-given right to bear arms, I think it's important for me to practice that. Because if I don't, and if everybody around me doesn't, and we all just say, oh, you know what, it's something that, there's provisions for it, but we don't need it. We can always call the police. Well, you can't always call the police. The police can't always save you. And if the police and the government are the only ones with firearms, then when, and I say when, not if, because this is something that's always happened throughout history, is that as more power gets centralized within the government, they start taking rights, and they stop recognizing the rights of the populace. And I think it's my responsibility to take this right, to not take this right for granted. So that's the main reason that I carry. And, I don't do audits. I know there's people out there that, go out and practice their rights and get into situations. And, they're first off, it's legal to open carry in Florida if you're on a hunting or fishing expedition. And I haven't done this yet because, frankly, I go fishing with felons a lot. So I usually don't open carry while I'm out there. Felons sometimes get a little bit, they get a little weird and be like, yo, can you not do that around me? And I respect that, But I guarantee you that if I went open carrying out fishing and a cop rolled up, there might be some issues because a lot of police don't even realize that that's right in the state of Florida. And then there's other states that, you have the right to open carry if you have a concealed carry permit or a carry permit. Like I can open carry in Georgia if I wanted to. And I don't know what would happen if I did that. But I think it's important that we practice these rights. And I think it's important that we talk about this stuff because it doesn't seem like it's common knowledge anymore that we have these rights for this particular reason. So, sorry for the long-winded introduction, but I'm going to go ahead and drop this episode here. Everything that got kicked from that live stream, we ended up restarting the live stream and just going in from there. But there's some content that didn't get to go online, so I'm going to drop it here. Also, I just wanted to talk about AR-15s. First off, their AR does not stand for assault rifle. When you talk about assault whatever, to assault, that's an action. That's a physical or I think even verbal threat, right? So if you took a hammer and you start smacking somebody in the head with it, now that's an assault hammer. If you took a shotgun and you started shooting somebody, that's an assault shotgun. Assault, that term doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean machine gun. It doesn't mean automatic weapon. Assault, like this is something that I think people really should understand. Assault rifle is not a real term. There's automatic weapons, which are illegal, and there are semi-automatic weapons. Most AR-15s are semi-automatic, which are legal. And they're, when you show somebody a hunting rifle and then you show them an AR-15, you're like, oh, which one's scarier? They're going to point to the AR-15, right? But there's a lot of hunting rifles out there that are semi-automatic just as much as AR-15s are. They're made of wood and they don't look scary, but the round is way bigger than a .223 or .556, which is what goes into an AR-15 generally. So there are plenty of weapons that are way more destructive than an AR-15, but this is the gun that gets vilified, and I don't like it. So I think we need to build some awareness around that. And I'm done. We're going to go ahead and get into it now. So appreciate you coming through. I'm excited because today we're talking about guns. And I've got a guy here with me. His name is D. Thank you so much, D, for coming through. And what's going on? How you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
It's been 2 seasons. I feel like Ludacris right now. You had me on the remixes, but now I'm on the original version. I like it. I'm finally on the show.
Yes.
I can't wait, man.
I've been excited to have you here. So today we're talking about firearms, and I just want to let you know why we're late is because YouTube is a booty hole. So they have rules that we're not allowed to touch. Camera 3, we can't touch these or handle them while we're live. So YouTube, I have some words for you, but we're not going to touch them. They're there on the table. Now, we pre-recorded some material, right? So we're not going to handle these live. We handled them and touched them earlier. And the phone will be right here to prove that we were not live when we did this part. So I appreciate y'all coming through. So we're talking about we're just going to give you the basics on the pre-recording about guns. Now, I know a lot of y'all are like, y'all could probably skip this part because if you know about guns, this is all pretty simple stuff. But there's a lot of people out there that just have a lot of misunderstandings because of the media and how they push gun control. They twist words and definitions and things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do you want to say some stuff before we roll the pre-recorded?
Nah, let's just get right into it. This is something they need to know. This is something they really need to know. So let's just get right into it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to our pre-recorded material here right about now. All right. So this is what we got here. We got can you go to 3? We got the little selection here. This right here is my everyday carry. This holster, the rules of YouTube are stupid, so I can't send you to any website or anything where they sell guns or gun parts, or this video will get kicked and I'll get a strike. So I just want to show you this. This is my favorite holster right here.
One of the best holsters ever.
This is my everyday carry. This is an XD9. It covers the trigger and it's got the little clip right there for your belt. I even wear gym shorts with the little string and tie it. And that works perfectly. When I pull it out, that thing comes right off. So this is a semi-automatic handgun. It's made by Springfield. I shot this for the first time when I was like 15 years old. Best gun I've ever had. My favorite. So this is the magazine. It goes in like such. This little button here, if you pull it down, the slide will come forward. If there was a... Just to prove to you, we are not live handling these firearms. Okay, this is a pre-recorded video right here. We're in a different shirt, got my hat on different. Come on. Okay, we're not handling firearms live right now. Okay. If there was a round in the magazine, then that would put the round right there into the chamber. But that will wear on the metal if you do it all the time like that. So what I do is I just simply pull it back and let it go. Now, there's no round right there right now, so it's not gonna work. But hopefully this video doesn't get kicked since I'm cycling around. But I didn't see anything about that. So the round goes right there. This is like a 10 round magazine. I don't think I can mention the other magazines. So there's the round right there. If I pull this back, now it's chambered. This actually has an indicator right here. Can you go to 1?
That there's a bullet in the chamber.
I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little indicator. It's not focusing. Right there. You see that little thing right there? That's what tells you there's a round in the chamber. This is what tells you that this is a hammerless.
Yeah, your hammerless.
That's the other side of the firing pin. That's how you know that the it's cocked. So, and then to remove it, the magazine, you got a button on this side. and a button on this side. Hold that button. I use my thumb. Magazine comes out. And to take the round back out of the chamber, pull it back. Comes right out. So this is the gun that's mostly used.
It's common. It's very common.
It's probably the most used, this type of weapon. Now,
they come in all colors.
Yep.
Black, chrome. You can get it customized, pink, purple.
Yep. All right, D, you want to show them the AR? This is the gun that everybody on the left is scared of.
All right.
The big black gun.
My baby. All right, so you have a couple things with this gun. Okay? As you can see, you got the barrel. And the barrels come, you could get different kind of barrels with these guns. Some of these barrels could make it shoot farther. Some of the barrels could make it shoot less distance. And some of them even help with recoil. And what I mean by recoil is that when you're going to shoot the gun, when you go to shoot the gun, when the gun comes back like that, that's recoil. A lot of people is scared of recoil. A lot of people scared of recoil.
And that when you're scared of recoil, it messes with your ability to hit your target because you anticipate the recoil and you actually move the gun forward and to the left to try to compensate. So you can't be scared of recoil.
You also got 4 sights. One here. All right. You have a 4 sight here.
That's the iron sight.
And right back here, you have sights. Up here, he has a scope. Most guns don't come with those.
Yeah, that's a custom build.
This is a custom build.
That's a 4x scope.
Okay. Now, all of this right here, all of this is considered your barrel. All of this is barrel. Right here is your muzzle. And you can have different muzzles on here.
This has got a muzzle brake.
I was just about to say that look like a muzzle brake. But then you also you could get what, silent suppressors on there. You can get a whole bunch of different kind of muzzles on there. Down here, this right here, this is what you call a foregrip. Okay.
And that one you can change.
This one you could change. He likes his all the way up there. Me, I don't.
I actually like mine.
I like my back.
Yeah, I like mine like right there.
Because it's more in the pocket and it's more sturdy. It's way more sturdy. And you can control more when you have it in the pocket. Notice where my finger is on this though.
Yes.
Notice where my finger is. Not once did you see my finger touch this trigger. My finger is nowhere near that trigger. So you have it here. This gives you better control. Better control. It's 8:34 p.m. by the way.
We are not live.
Not live at all. It gives you better control of your gun. All right. Most people who don't know anything about guns, you will see them holding guns all the way out here. I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to grab this. You do not want to grab that. Okay?
Why? Tell them why.
All right. I'll tell them why. I don't got no problem telling them why. So, you grab this, you might want to go to the hospital. It's going to burn you. These things right here get really hot.
Really hot.
Really hot. All right. So, right here. This.
Can you go to 3? There you go. Yeah, that's a good angle.
Right here is where you know whether your gun is on safe or fire.
Now this is a semi-automatic.
I was just about to say
okay,
this is, I see it. So this one is semi-automatic. Okay? This one is a semi-automatic. What we mean by semi-automatic is that you can by the way, I want you guys to see this. You gotta go this way. There's no bullet in here. Okay? There's no bullet in here. No bullet in the chamber. Okay? So, what we mean by semi-automatic. You see that? When you shoot, you can shoot like this with a semi-automatic. Okay? Fully automatic, meaning you're going to hold this trigger down and it's just going to dump all 30, 60, 45. Oops, I said the different ones. It's okay. It's YouTube.
He's military, okay?
You're going to dump however many rounds you got in amount of seconds. Okay? Now, there are some people like me that can shoot a semi-automatic and dump my round in a good about 12 to 15 seconds.
Now, him being military, this is stuff that's common. Now, being a civilian, I'm a civilian. It's not legal for me to carry or to own a fully automatic weapon, whether it's a pistol or a rifle. This right here is a rifle. It's not legal for me to have that, right? And I don't have that. I have a semi-automatic weapon here. And that's one thing that I see people get confused on all the time. Now, there's a bunch of people probably watching this that they're like, what are you guys talking? This is preschool gun stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then there's a lot of people that talk about guns and they have no idea what they're talking about, especially people in politics, people that are writing the rules for YouTube. Don't read the rules for YouTube when it comes to having guns. We're not allowed to handle firearms on a live feed. That's why it's 8:37. We are not live right now. This is a pre-recorded video. So that being said, fully automatic is the term that they use that also mean when they say automatic, that refers to fully automatic. It's illegal for citizens to have an automatic weapon, right? Unless they have a license for it. A semi-automatic weapon, like he said, when you pull the trigger, one bullet comes out. Okay? You can't hold it down and spray. It's already illegal. So people talking about these automatic weapons, people having it's not true. Continue, sir.
So, right here it's called your stock. Okay, this can be adjusted for people who's like me, not that tall, don't got really big arms. You know, I like mine kind of end a little bit. Okay, not all the way in, unless if I was like clearing a room. If I'm going through a building and I'm clearing a room, I want this all the way in.
You want it tight like
that? Because
I
want it tight, because just in case somebody comes out, I have enough room to turn left and right. Okay? This extends it. Now it's extended. And you see how far back I am? Do you see how far back I am? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable. You adjust it to where you're comfortable. I'm comfortable. I see everything. Notice where my cheek is. Okay? My cheek is right here. Because I'm going to tell you right now. All right? I'm going to tell you right now. When you run out of bullets, here's the thing. In the military, we call them a bite. You basically get them. You could get them from handguns. You really don't get them from here. But a bite is what indicates that there's no more ammunition inside your gun, inside your magazine. So at the end, like us, when I was in the military, our guns, the Berettas, God, I hated them things. When you run out of ammunition, it cocks back. And if your hand, can I see your?
Yeah.
If your hand, see right here, see, he don't really got the teeth. Can you zoom in on that a little bit? So right here, he doesn't have teeth. There's no teeth. Normally, it's sharp right here. Okay? This one, on the other hand, has the sharpness. It has the sharpness. So, what we mean by a bite is if your hand is like this close to the gun, you see how it's on my skin? A lot of people don't know that. And what happens is the barrel, every time you shoot, the barrel,
the slide,
it comes. Well, yeah, I'm still thinking about this. The slide, it comes. So think about by the time you get done shooting, and that last bullet comes out, this goes all the way back. And it goes back so fast and with a lot of force that it will come and literally just pull your skin right up.
I broke my thumbnail on that gun.
On this one?
Yeah.
On Mini-Me?
Yeah. Yep. I got that bite to the thumbnail.
Hey,
split it in two.
It hurt, did it?
Oh, yeah.
It hurts. It hurts. So, like, this is what we mean by you, before you say you want to get a gun or before you want to shoot a gun or anything like that, learn your gun. You have to learn your gun. Because if you don't, you could end up hurting yourself in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some guns got so much kick that if you don't got that right pocket in your shoulder, it'll dislocate your shoulder.
Speaking of, back to one, sir. This right here is a shotgun. I don't even know if I could get the whole thing in the shot. There it goes. This is a big gun, right? This is extendable just like the rifle, but it's a completely different type of gun. Now, this right here is not loaded right now. There's nothing coming out of there.
Sound like it.
If there was, this is how you load one of these. This is the shell. This is a hybrid buckshot and slug, which means a big chunk of metal and a bunch of BBs, giant BBs.
It's one of those shots where you see in the movies where they get shot by a shotgun, but they have a big old circle with little holes all around. That's what that is.
And no backbone.
No backbone at all.
All right, so to cycle this, there's a little lock right here that will activate when it's empty. Now, I'll try to do this slow. Right now, that just brought the shell, and the shells stay in this tube, right? That took the shell and brought it down. Now it's right here. And when I push it back, now you see it? It's sliding into the chamber. Now it's ready to go. It's on safety right now. But if I took it off of safety and pulled the trigger, it's gonna blow a hole in something. So the same way you the same way you put the shell into the barrel is the same way it comes out. Now it's empty. So this kind of gun is that you can have rounds that are bird shot, which are like a shell full of small BBs, like BB gun type BBs. Then you got the kind that have the bigger BBs that are like probably 4 or 5 times that size. And then you got the slugs, which is just, this whole thing is a big chunk of metal. And then you also got stuff like Dragon's Breath, which is incendiary. It'll shoot just a giant flame out of your gun. There's all different kinds of rounds. And different rounds are, there's different purposes for different rounds. So like, when you're shooting at the range, I don't have them with me, but you're going to use a round that isn't hollow. You see how this is just hollow at the tip of it? I don't gotta, yeah, there we go. It's hollow there. And what that does is when the bullet leaves the shell and it hits something, it opens up and mushrooms so that the hole coming out is a lot bigger than the hole going in. That's for self-defense. And that's the kind of round you want to keep in your firearm if you're carrying it on a daily basis. Because let's say I am shooting whatever, right? Behind whatever I'm shooting, if it's got range ammo in there, it could go through that and through what's behind that and through what's behind that, depending what kind of material it is. And so if you're like in a crowd or something like that, that's not good. You don't want a bullet going through an arm and then hitting somebody else. So that's why you use this kind of thing, because the first thing it hits, that's the end of it. So where are we at? And then there's also different ways to carry. Okay? So depending on what's comfortable for you, if you're wearing like a suit jacket, there's holsters that go over your shoulder, and the firearm is hidden right there by the breast pocket. Then you got stuff like this. This like used to be
your standard holster.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
a pretty standard. It's made of cloth material, so it's pretty comfortable to wear this. And depending on if you're right-handed, left-handed, or where you like to keep it, I keep mine right about here. But if I'm playing bass guitar, I'm gonna put it over here, because the bass guitar rubbing on my shirt on the gun, it puts holes in my shirt. Actually, you can see the holes right here. See those? That's from carrying and playing bass. So I put it over here. But like I said earlier, I don't even use that that holster, because this is far more comfortable. It's called the naked holster. Can I say you can look it up? I don't even know. But this just clips right on.
Just Google naked holster.
Bang.
Like, you can't really say look it up or anything.
Yeah, like I'll just tell you what it's called and you can figure it out for yourself. So yeah, this is like, I could put it there. I could put it on my hip. I could put it on my back. Like, it doesn't matter. You can put it anywhere. So I highly recommend this, if I'm allowed to say that. Then you got something like, this is called a pocket holster, and that's so that you can just keep the firearm like that inside of your pocket. This is kind of grippy material, so it used to stick to the inside of my pocket. I don't even use this as a pocket holster. What I actually do with this is I put my belt around this, right? And so it sits right here so that I could pull it out like that. That's just something that I found more comfortable than wearing, because this is, look at the profile there. It's thin, right? Versus something like this. Well, that's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole lot of material in your pants. I don't need all that. So I go with something like this. When I carry this firearm, I usually go with this setup with the belt, or put it in my pocket. Or, you know, sometimes I just go ahead and use this. This one's actually for this. And then it's got that where you can snap that on there. You feel me? And then you got something like this. This is called a belly band. If you're like out running or something, you can put this around your waist, under your shirt, over your undershirt if you want. And then you can put your firearms wherever you want on your body. Well, on your torso area, you know. Or if you're wearing some gym shorts, you could put it down lower. You know what I'm saying? Put your gym shorts over that. And then there's places in here for magazines. There's all different kinds of belly bands. So you could put a magazine in there, you could put your phone in there, whatever. And then if you got it on your other side, you know, you could put it on either side, you feel me? I could put it on my back side. You feel me?
I'm more of a tactical holster guy myself.
I don't like wearing this. It makes me feel like I'm wearing like a waist trainer.
I
like
was just,
my wife, you know what
I
I'm
was just about to say it don't feel like a waist trainer.
Yeah, I don't like wearing that. But sometimes it's all I really can use. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially before I had the naked holster, I couldn't wear none of these on gym shorts, so I'd have to wear that.
So me, I don't have mine with me, but I have tactical holsters.
Can you go to 2?
And the tactical holsters are what I'm comfortable with. So like when I did, private security, or even when I was in, my holster was on my thigh, on the side of my thigh, because it is a lot easier So it's a lot easier. You have this holster, right? And this holster sits here. This holster sits here on your hip. Okay? You got to go like this to bring it up. You got to come here to bring it out, right? But when it's here, you see how my hand is? It's a lot easier for me to come from here straight out and in. Versus me coming from here, now I gotta come up.
And so that tactical holster, it straps to your leg, right?
Yep. It straps around your leg, around your thigh, and it sits. You can adjust it because it has. So you have your holster, and then it has a belt that comes up that goes around your waist. And right there, that's when you can easily. And some of them don't even have the belt. Some of them just actually strapped to your. Straps to your thigh.
Yeah.
And they're really good,
Good for women in dresses too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And just like in the movies, ankle holsters are real, guys. They are real.
Yeah. I don't have an ankle holster. I don't think I would like the extra weight of a gun on my foot. You know what I'm saying?
Most of them, it's like little mini 22s or something.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'd carry like a knife or something in my sock.
Yeah,
you know
real.
what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different ways to carry. In Florida, you have to have we'll probably go over this on the actual live part. So, can you switch to 1? So we'll go over this part, live, but because we're not live right now. It is 8:54. So we're not handling these live, YouTube. I wanted to flick YouTube off just right there. So I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to also say, like, as far as carrying, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You're gonna have to do your own research because I am not allowed to tell you anything about where to find this stuff.
Yeah.
But internet. And then for the ladies, there's purses that have secret compartments where you can have a quick access to a firearm.
They even got the jeans now.
The jeans, yeah, they have the backpacks. They got this one holster. It's by Urban Carry. I think it's called the G2, and it actually goes into your pants.
Oh,
and it sucks. It sucks. Don't get it. Don't. I got it. I returned it. It's horrible.
0 stars.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can carry, and yeah, that's about it. So back to the live. All right. So thank you for sliding through for this Sunday special. Somewhere in that pre-recorded video. I'm late. I'm late to get home, but I just want to say. Somewhere in that pre-recorded video, we got our video kicked. So YouTube, you're whack for that. But since this is just an upload, it's not a live stream. Hopefully they don't mess with me and take this video down. So appreciate y'all coming through, and we'll see ya soon here.